this will be the roasted vegetables recipe. We are roasting peewee potatoes, cipollini onions, and rainbow carrots. I'll go ahead and show you guys how to cut them. Your potatoes, you want to cut it so where is the shortest, so that the width of it is short, so that it cooks evenly and it cooks fast. You just cut them long ways, cut them in half. There are some potatoes that are small that I'm just going to leave whole, so there's just a variety of them. You want to give it a toss around. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut the onions as well. The onions you can cut into quarters, okay, or you can cut them in half, like that. And then there's some pieces that are smaller, so then we cut them in half, and some that are bigger, we cut them in quarters. Depending on what you guys get will be determine what size you want to do it. And then for carrots, we went ahead and washed these already. I usually don't peel carrots. I use a fresh green scour pad and give it a really good scrub down. All the nutrients are in the peel, so it doesn't hurt to have the peel on them. And we have another bowl right here for it. We'll go ahead and do an oblique. I'm just gonna cut a little bit off the end and go ahead and compost that. We're gonna do the oblique like you guys did the first knife skills day. You want to quarter turn it, cut, quarter turn, cut, quarter turn, cut, quarter turn, cut, and then continue on. Quarter turn, cut. And this allows the cut to be the least wasteful cut, as well as it gives the same size for all pieces of carrots, so it cooks evenly. And then when you get closer to the end, you want to hold it firmly, but you pretty much can cut all the way to the end and have only this much as waste. And you'll put the carrots in the bowl. Same thing with the skinnier one. To make it the same, you're going to do a little bit more length, but you'll do a quarter cut turn. End off. You can still use that, and the waste was that much. Add it to the bowl, and again, one more time with the carrot. The skinny part you'll do a little bit longer, so they're the same size as the other carrots. And as it gets bigger, you'll cut it in a shorter length, and then cut the end off. And then when you look at all the carrots as a whole, you'll see that they're roughly all the same size. Now the same concept that we're going to be doing for all the roasting is making sure that there's an even coat of oil. So you will do olive oil around the bowl, and you can do this on all 3 roasted vegetables. You can also do this all in the same bowl. You just do each vegetable one at a time. You want to season it. Make sure you make it rain. Season from the top. You don't want to pinpoint in season. You want to make sure it's seasoned from the top. So we're going to go ahead and season all of these at one time. Okay, and then pepper. Okay, and then give it a toss. So as you guys know, I am not fond of washing dishes, so I'm going to show you guys a trick on how to roast these vegetables and make washing dishes a little bit easier. And you want to give all the vegetables a good toss and make sure they're all nicely coated in that olive oil and seasoning. If you're not comfortable tossing, I recommend using a spoon, a metal spoon. And you have your parchment paper. You can also cut parchment paper so that it's shorter if you would like to use the same tray for all your vegetables. Give it a little fold, and you can add your onions. Make sure they're nicely spread out. Okay, and then you'll add another parchment paper. The reason for doing this is that if the onions or the carrot or the potato cooks faster than the other vegetables, then they will have a space where they can be taken out. So you want to make sure that they're nice and spread out. You don't want them touching each other too much. So we're going to go ahead and move the onions a little bit more so that the potatoes have more space. Okay. And then you'll have another space for carrot. And the parchment basically acts like a little layer between the parchment and between the food and the sheet tray, allowing you to not have to wash dishes. Instead of scrubbing the oil off, you can just run it through the dish machine or do a light rinse with soap water and it will come right off. And then we'll go ahead and put these in the oven. Okay, so we're going to be roasting these vegetables. We have our oven at 400 degrees. We're going to go ahead and pop the trays into the oven. And then you'll set a 10 or 15-minute timer on your phone or on a timer. Okay, these are the roasted vegetables that we have. They all actually cooked because they're all similar in size at around 15 minutes. And we're going to go ahead and use a fork to test it. So you go ahead and test the potatoes. If it doesn't go through nicely, that means the potatoes are undone, and as well as the carrot. It should not be going through the carrot nicely. They should look roasted and golden brown, and the onions as well. And then go ahead and taste some and then serve it with the protein that you would like to serve it with.